look at the characters, right?
We'll stick to
Space
this,
is already
okay.
hovering Pyro and Mithra,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
so
he is.
as you said, first game will be the Pyro Mithra, the character that he's playing the most. So makes sense to go for.
Makes sense to go Pyramithra. Let's see, game number 1 we're loading in. Maybe matchup-wise, a little bit advantageous for Tapsy, but player-wise, Space definitely the favorite here. Game number 1 on PS2, very neutral stage. A lot of people think this is a really, really good Snake stage. I think it is to some degree. It's also like a very neutral stage in a lot of ways. Normal ceiling, a little bit bigger, which makes it a little bit harder to Gimp Snake. But as it ages, it's also a little bit harder to put her off stage, which is really nice for her here. The power coming out, down air not connecting, but the up air juggle will be doing some damage here. And look at the pressure. Tapsy with a nice dash out of the corner, and the Nikita pressure already making it hard for Snake for Pyramithra to recover. The side B nice to dismantle it and gets a spot dodge on the grab too.
Right, the first time Space is really getting any of these more important hits, and he's off stage again, right? The little trade with the grenade gets him back on stage, but it's looking good for Tapsy right now. He's going back to the platform. That's something that Tapsy really likes to do, stand on the platforms with the grenades, make your opponent approach, make them run into the bombs. You can see it. He really loves the stage as well, as far as I know, right? There was kind of a meme last time at NRW Cup, and because Yusuf always says, don't pick PS2 against Mario, and Tapsy immediately went to it and he beat him on it, right? So he likes the stage for sure, and we can see it working out quite well so far. No kills have fallen yet though, and now Tapsy is also taking some damage. Space has kind of made it back. The down tilt connects, so Tapsy now in a juggle situation, uses the bombs to cover himself, but Space finds the forward tilt, another high recovery, no up air coming through the dash attack will though.
And that's the thing, right? We've seen Space use that blazing edge at side B to explode the grenades because it does have the fire property, which means it instantly explodes the grenade even if it doesn't do enough damage to kind of break it. Back throw here. Again, off stage, this is where Snake gets a lot of mileage. The early side B to interrupt the Nikita. I like that tech from Space, very aware of what's going on right there. And again, the side B to cover himself, the down throw into the up tilt, and that's going to be curtains. A stock that went to 150 on both sides. A very, very back-to-back start.
For sure, yeah. Now Tapsy, he will be able to extend this lead. He's a player. Oh, never mind. The down smash coming out. Okay. Because usually Tapsy is the kind of player that once he has a lead, he can just like play lame, right? He's not too scared of that. He's just gonna stick to his game plan. You can see it. He's on the platform, waiting for Space to jump in to get exploded by these grenades. Doing a good job at that, but now he's in the corner. Space, can he do anything out of it? No. The dash attack through to get back to the stage, and it's kind of like the first stock, right? Tapsy kind of playing a lot of advantage, getting the lead, but Space did make kind of a comeback on the first stock as well. So let's see if he can do it now.
Tapsy absolutely setting up camp in the corner here, using that platform beautifully to cover himself. Of course, the C4 on the platform, a classic setup. And even when Space breaks through, right, like these hits, they're not sticking. The early side B, this time it's punished, has to air dodge, and the swap gets covered by the Nikita. And Tapsy with a bit of a solid lead here.
Yeah, very nicely played. I mean, he's just sticking to his game plan. That's one thing that I also... What the hell?
77?
What happened there?
Nah.
Okay, now he was holding up on that.
Oh my god, Tapsy, what looked like a solid lead now, actually not much of a solid lead. The down throw is going to lead Tapsy away from his grenades, and Space, not confident in the up B to finish the stock, is going to stop Tapsy from putting the C4 down, but again, not really leading too much. A lot of stray hits, 2 explosions.
Percents all rising, a lot of trades coming through, both players nearing these kill percents. Space still on the Mithra, he still wants to get some more damage in.
And the get-up attack does get whiff punish, but no death. That's going to be great for Space right there. And Tapsy using the C4 he planned before, resetting it because of the timer, very, very good awareness. And now, meanwhile, Pyra establishing a lot of pressure with the side B here.
Yeah, Tapsy kind of covering himself, but the dash attack, that was so big, coming through for Space, gets a spark, but no kill, and the up tilt, the anti coming through for Tapsy.
Dude, you don't, come on, bro. Like, okay, snakes always do this. They always try to like land in a way that puts the C4 in between you and the opponent, right? And so it was really obvious, in my opinion at least, that Snake was going to go to the center.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the center, that automatically puts the C4 in between you and Space. And so Space tried to chase, had to play around the C4, had to air dodge, and then you get up tilt. Like, yeah, of course, of course.
It's fantastic. And there we see it, the switch, right? The
Inkling coming out. I see the vision. I see the vision. Up for up air, huge window on Snake. Off stage, really nice for Inkling here. You don't really get gimped by Nikita either because of Inkling's great recovery. And generally, you have really good ground game. That said, Tapsy does like platform camping. Inkling can struggle with that. We're going to see a lot of splatter shot from space to counteract the platform camp. Let's see how that goes.
Alright, starting off with a little damage being applied by Tapsy here. Nothing huge so far. There's more bombs now. Inkling has his own.
Okay, F-tilt 1-2 into the explosion. Again, solid lead for Tapsy. We've seen him take this lead every single stock, essentially.
Yeah, and you see it, right? He's playing the platforms, right? That's just his game plan. He sticks to it. That's yeah. Tapsy is, I think, out of the players that I've seen, he's the one that sticks the most to a game plan. He always chooses these platforms. He always camps up on it, and I mean, it's working well against a lot of players, and it's really on his opponent to find an answer to that. So yeah, Space has to work for that. I mean, so far he's been doing good work, right? And now he's probably starting to near those up air percentages, right? Not quite yet. Snake is quite the heavy character, but he's making it there.
Up tilt 1 into the up tilt, a classic. Space having none of it, and just solidly wrecking this damage over and over. The back air did not tag the Cypher, but does make it back, and there's the final forward air, and that's Curtains, and Space finally in the lead here, game 2. And it's so far, I mean, I don't want to say it's over yet, but it's going exactly as I predicted.
Yep. The edge guard, it looks so clean for Space then, right? It really looked hard for Tapsy to make it back. The splatter shot coming out to apply a little damage, a little paint, right? You want to make him nice and pink. F-tilt coming out from Tapsy though, offstage situation. Nikita, nope, nothing.
Ooh, nice jump in there right there. Very, very rare option. Comes in as a bit of a burst option there to cover the air and gets an early kill right there. Usually takes a little bit longer to get that final hit on Inkling, but here's Tapsy finding a big read. Now down 60%, but he's getting a bit of momentum. Oh,
yeah, it seemed for a bit that Tapsy kind of switched gears, right? He didn't immediately take to the platform. He didn't try to immediately set up his, like, you know, little camping station. So he's playing a bit more forward to maybe counteract this Inkling. He's finding a grab now, rolls out. Of course, there was a grenade on the other end.
Oh, you always roll into the grenade.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, like you just take the grenade hit. And
that is fair.
Like, who cares?
That makes sense.
While we were talking though, Tapsy found a C4 and another early stock on Space. That means that Space is back on the back foot.
Yeah, these explosions, they're dangerous. Ooh, even hitting himself. Space gonna want to find the grab here. There it is. Yep, that should be it.
There it is.
Space does not miss those, especially not on Snake, right? And now, yeah, pretty even game right now. So the Inkling has been working out, but Tapsy's still doing pretty well, I would say.
Pro barely getting interrupted by the grenade. Nice up air spacing by Space, avoiding the grenade and chasing Snake in the air. Look at this combo. Look at these conversions. He's making it hard for Tapsy to even get back on the stage. The pressure is on. Tapsy decides to go high. Wise decision here, but the pressure not avoided yet. That splatter shot, such a huge tool against Tapsy's grenade game.
Tapsy keeps getting cornered by Space. Ooh, the explosion's helping him out a lot here right now. He needs those hits to come in. Space not finding footing too much. Splatter shot. It seems like a very good tool against Snake holding a grenade. But yeah, Tapsy trying to keep Space away from him. He doesn't want to get grabbed. He doesn't want to get
Oh, this is scary. We get up into the grenade, and Tapsy out of nowhere grabbing a kill there.
Yeah, that was wild. Tapsy kind of making a comeback there on the last stock. Just explosions over explosions, and then the up tilt into the grenade explosions. I don't know if Space wanted to catch that one. It didn't seem like it.
Didn't seem like it, and I thought Tapsy was a little unlucky when he got the weak hit there, but then the grenade just finished the job for him.
It just went hand in hand. So yeah, Tapsy now up with a pretty big lead, 2-0 over Space, right? Remember, this is a top 8 qualifier, so he's one game win away from making top 8 winner's side here at the NRW Cup. Would be a big run for him. So yeah, quite the solid chance he has right now.
Tapsy putting on a show so far, making it very hard for Space to get these hits. And I think he got 3 relatively early kills, right? He got that really solid jump in there. He got the C4 explosion, and then he up tilt into the grenade.
Yeah.
Like all 3 of them, kills that you don't normally get, but Tapsy finds them.
Yeah, I do think against a player like Space, you kind of have to go for unorthodox options, right?
Yep. If you
because
play his game,
Space is ready for the normal stuff.
Exactly. You play his game, he knows what's going to happen. So the grenade camp game is on again. Tapsy making the platform his own. And the splatter shot, it does minimal damage, you know, like 0.6. It's not really anything to write home about. But that will do damage. A jab, that's a solid near 20 plus a little bit of ink. But look at the conversions. Tapsy's so ready for that grenade to hit. That whiff punish though, Space immediate reaction on the overcommitments. Very, very good awareness by Space.
Right, back to the platform we go. If we are Tapsy, right? He's playing the game plan Space, still having somewhat of a hard time to get in. The explosions are tagging him left and right. But he's slowly inching closer to Tapsy, I feel. Finds the up air, solid. Can't extend it to too much though. And now Tapsy, he just switched sides, right? He doesn't worry too much about one side or the other, right? He's like, oh yeah, let me just throw explosions from this side now. And it's looking hard to get in right now. He's definitely throwing more stuff, it seems like. Earlier it was more like, oh, I'm dropping stuff next to me, right? You can't approach me, but now he's actually chucking the grenades. The C4 will find him, and that's another first stock for Tapsy. He can extend this advantage here. Alright, some trades coming through. High recovery by Tapsy.
Yeah, really good trades for Tapsy too. Just racking damage before he loses his stock. And the grab whiffs, and the second grab gets interrupted by the grenade, and Tapsy seems to be running away with this. This is going to be the first upset on this stream.
It might be. And it's for top 8, so Tapsy doing a good job right now, sticking to the platform, a splatter shot. Yeah, he doesn't really care about that too much, just throwing out more grenades. Space, you have to clutch up, you have to get in somehow.
Has to get in, cannot let Tapsy do what he wants. And another trade, another unfavorable situation for Space. Already at 94 here. And Nikita on the ledge, that was the worst case scenario for Space.
It's looking so good for Tapsy right now. 3 stocks to 1, 2 stocks to 1. Yeah, his winner side stock, Space, he has to clutch up. He wants to make top 8 winner side. He has to play really cleanly now. It's super tough against, especially a character like Snake, to make these comebacks. You're gonna trade with grenades eventually. You're gonna rack up a lot of percent. And then eventually, I mean, Snake has a lot of strong kill tools that can just tag you out of nowhere. So a very tough comeback to do here for Space. Offset situation though, the forward air connects. Not gonna match
okay, try again. And Tapsy going high. And again, just putting himself behind the C4 every single time. Space chasing him down. If he wants to win this, he has to find an early kill. He has to find some sort of offstage game. Or he has to just not get hit here. An up throw up air will be doing a lot of damage here, but no KO quite yet. Oh, the second one, the pummels too, and the chase down, but because it's still. Oh, the chase! Space back in it!
He caught him.
Space back in it!
He can do it, right? We've seen this, like, this stock happening. Space was in his face the whole stock, right? So if he can keep that up, he can make this for sure. But he needs to get in first, right? Tapsy back to the platform, back to this game plan that he likes to run.
Oh, and Space, he scouted the roll but didn't find it, and now Tapsy building momentum. 80% into the grenade. Tapsy with the anti-air too. 108 and the KO. Not quite.
Okay, he dropped the grenade. Smart play by Space, not ending it like last time. Nikita misses this time. The corner gets with the back end. This is so dangerous right now.
Tapsy, he's swinging for the kill. He's just spamming kill moves.
He really wants the up tilt right now. All right, a bit of a breather for both players right now. The calm before the storm.
The calm before the storm.
Gathering resources.
Yep, they're both charging their ink, getting their grenades out. And Tapsy, he's going for it.
Oh, that's an up tilt.
And he's stuck under Inkling to find the up tilt. Tapsy with a 3-0 victory, qualifying for top 8 winner's side. This was so not on my bingo card.
That was so huge for Tapsy, getting the upset over Space. Such a big run. He's 5th confirmed in this bracket. Very solid play.
Very solid play. Really finding kills out of nowhere. At the end there, Space going for back air walling. And I think there was a dash attack anti-air coming through from Tapsy. It was too early, but he still snuck under the back air and just found an up tilt out of nowhere, Corby. Out of nowhere.
He just did it.